The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn is a pretty enjoyable experience. This is a 1939 film directed by Richard Thorpe. It's written by Hugo Butler and Waldo, of course, based on the novel by Mark Twain. And we have a cast including Mickey Rooney, Walter Connolly, William Frawley, Rex Ingram, and various others. I've never read the book. I can't comment on how it compares. If anybody has any thoughts on that, please feel free to let me know. The story is about, well, Huckleberry Finn, who is played by the brilliant Mickey Rooney. And he goes off on an adventure to escape his home life. He goes off on an adventure, and, well, it's about the characters that he meets along the way. And he's on this adventure with a slave called Jim, which obviously makes it kind of uncomfortable. Just anything that even, I don't want to say promotes slavery because I don't think that's what it's doing, but anything that's not an anti-slavery film is always going to be quite awkward in that regard. But it is set in the 1800s, and I do feel like I was transported back in time. I do feel like it is a little time capsule. So in that regard, it is quite effective. I do think it relies heavily on the characters that they meet, the different personalities. There are some dangerous situations. In general, this adventure, or adventurers, I guess, there's a lot to offer. There's definitely a lot in the story to offer, and I think in general it was quite engaging. It was slow to begin with, but I'd say after about maybe half an hour, give or take, it started to become interesting. So if you have watched it or tried to watch it and gave up, I'd say stick with it because it does eventually get better. We have some good dialogue. I don't know if any of the dialogue's lifted from the novel. I don't know if any of it's word for word or if it's all written for the film, but certainly it's quite good. And of course, we have some good performances, some really lovely costumes. I don't know how historically accurate they are, but they look very good. And as a one-time watch, I'd say the 1939 Adventures of Huckleberry Finn is not a bad film. I doubt I'd ever watch it again, though I do really like Mickey Rooney, so it's not impossible that I'd watch it a second time, but it's unlikely. Either way, whether you're wanting to watch it once or more than once, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn is a decent experience. I don't know how it compares to the novel, but judging the film purely on its own, I thought it was not a bad experience, and I'm happy to recommend it.